We're the most sexless generation of all time, even though we live in the most sexualized era of all time. Weird. Until you look at the data, which perfectly showcases why Gen Z has so many problems achieving intimacy. Number 1, poor life experience. If I would ask you to guess what degree would keep you a virgin for as long as possible, what would be your answer? Well, according to the survey made by Wellesley College, the answer could be mathematics, chemistry, or biology. All of them are associated with poor social life, which is associated with lack of sexual intercourse. So the next logical step would be to become more social, but that's vague advice. Let's break it down to specifics. In 2011, a bunch of researchers found that parties, bars, and general outdoor settings are the most correlated places with casual sex. And you might think that it's mainly because of the alcohol, but in reality, this doesn't make any sense. In bars, for example, nearly 1 in every 3 women have casual sex with a stranger, but you won't see 1 in 3 women getting drunk. The answer lies in what the pickup artist Eric von Markovic liked to call ASD, anti-slut defense. Evolutionarily speaking, women have it harder than men when it comes to casual sex. A dude who sleeps with all the women is considered a G. A girl who sleeps with all the dudes, well, you know the answer. Thus, women developed this inherent mechanism, play hard to get, especially in environments that contain people who know you. This explains why women tend to usually be less hard to get when they go to a distant city, a different country, or simply a bar where no one really knows them. But now comes the everlasting problem. How can you charmingly approach her in a way that will improve your chances of getting laid? Well, as shown by a 2008 study, it's better to start the conversation with a simple question rather than a direct compliment. So here are a few examples depending on the location where you meet her. The good part is that all of these question-based openers give you the chance to naturally continue the conversation. Number 2, poor self-esteem. Suffering from physical problems like chronic bad breath, acne, or excessive sweating drastically reduces your chance of sexual intercourse. And there are 2 reasons for that. First, it lowers your confidence, which makes you less likely to pursue sexual behavior with women. Second, the obvious one, it makes women less attracted to you, which eventually makes them less likely to want you touching them. So if you want to do more with women than just talking, you first have to improve your appearance. Now there's a bunch of looks-maxing methods out there, but in this video, I'll stick with the ones that are directly proven to improve your chances of getting laid. A. Muscle mass. Usually upper body strength is correlated with more perceived attractiveness and more chances of having sexual intercourse. In contrast, men who are overweight or obese have almost double the chances of not having sexual intercourse compared to the ones with a normal weight. So go hit the gym. B. Height. Normally, the taller you are, the more attractive you are, up to a point of course. But when you correlate height with lifetime sexual partners, you see that the only ones who suffer from a big disadvantage are the men under 5'4". But don't worry, other short kings like Lil Uzi, Tom Cruise have encountered this problem before you. Their solution is something called elevated shoes. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't try these shoes and I don't plan to use them in the near future. But if you're a short king and you think that they could improve your dating life, then go for it. Now, the next step in your interaction is to break the touch barrier. But how do you do that without looking like a creep? First, position yourself near her. Second, make the touch feel natural. For example, during the conversation, you can ask her something like, "What was the most outstanding place you ever visited?" "Well, I once went to Japan." Japan? No way, I always wanted to go there. Here are some other smooth touches that you can try if the interaction goes well. Number 3, poor social skills. JFK was a president who found glory in peace, greatness in his people, and trouble in the arms of too many women. But it was not always like that. Although filthy rich, JFK was also very sick as a kid, developing illnesses like scarlet fever and even Addison's disease. But if being in and out of hospitals wasn't enough to make him a social pariah, JFK also had a very strict father who always encouraged him to be serious and mature even at a young age. So naturally, he didn't have many friends. But everything changed when he was sent to a boarding school named Kawate. Away from his parents, he developed a more rebellious side. He started to crack more jokes, be more sarcastic, and even founded a secret group called the Muckers, whose sole purpose was to prank teachers and other students. The lonely and serious kid was now a rebellious and sarcastic teen who soon enough changed again into a witty and playful adult. Perfect timing, since now it was time for dating. During his time in college, JFK was known as a notorious womanizer, charming every lady he encountered with his witty humor and his playful personality.
He once said to the British Prime Minister, "If I don't have a woman every 3 days, I get a headache."
You see, in 2021, it was proven that playful individuals have more long-term and short-term sexual relationships. Now, this seems like a distant goal, but in the short term, you can use playfulness to kiss her on her first date. How? When you two are talking, ask her, "What's your favorite feature about yourself?" She might say something like, "My eyes." On which you can say, "They're a close second for me, but my favorite part are your lips." If she giggles or does any other visible positive cue, well, this is a good time to kiss her. From now on, it's easier for the situation to evolve into something more. The only thing that could go wrong would be for you to make a mistake that would give her the ick.
But yeah, you fine as hell. Let me see you do. Ooh, you make it clap. Let me chill.
Oh, he's tweaking.
Fortunately, I have a video to make sure this never happens.